Okay, today we want to talk about IR35 and the changes that are coming in at the end of April 2021. So what is IR35? IR35 was a tax regulation that was originally brought in the year 2000. It was designed specifically to stop people that were freelancing that should have been paying PAYE, paying themselves as limited contractors and using dividends to avoid tax. So last year, they decided that they were going to change the legislation to make it work slightly differently. Previously, the legislation had worked by looking at the freelancer's employment habits and deciding whether that freelancer was actually working for themselves or working for an employer. That would involve how many different companies they worked for, and many freelancers would have already dealt with this. Last year, when they made the change, the emphasis slipped from the freelancer's habits to the actual job that's being done. And thus the emphasis on who makes the IR35 decision has gone to the employer. Ir35 regulation that was due to come in last April was delayed due to the COVID pandemic, but it is coming in this April. What does this mean for you? If you're a limited creative freelancer, you need to look very carefully at the work you're doing and ensure that that work has been tested for IR35 status. Even if it's just a one-day booking, if that work is considered to be under the supervision of the employer, then it could well fall outside the legislation. The employer now looks at the piece of work that needs to be done and must decide whether it's an IR35 compliant piece of work. Inside IR35 means that the work is not compliant and the freelancer must be charged PAYE at source by the employer. Outside IR35 means the freelancer can continue to work as a limited contractor.